Module 12, WordNet as a dictionary. The WordNet is a lexical resource. It is a lexicon based on some psycholinguistic principles. It desires to organize the lexical information in terms of word meanings for better categorizations and conceptualization. It is an internet-based online lexically populated system that aims at bringing together different layers of lexical and semantic relations existing between words in the surface and defining their sense relations. WordNet is the first created and is being maintained by the Cognitive Science Laboratory of the Princeton University, the USA, under the scheme said of Department of Psychology. In simple definition, we can claim that WordNet is a lexical database for a natural language where we try to group words into sets of synonyms known as synsets to supply short definitions and usage examples, as well as try to record a number of relations among these synonyms sets are their members across the entire lexical database. WordNet is mostly accessible to human users via web browser. The primary use of this interface is best noted in automatic lexical teaching, translation, text analysis, and artificial intelligence applications. The lexical database and the software tools that have been designed and used in WordNet are often made by freely available for download from the WordNet websites for developing similar interfaces for other languages, so that interlingual lexical mapping and information sharing becomes more structured and balanced. In fact, the Princeton WordNet has made both the lexicographic data and the compiler available for producing the distributed database for other languages. Interface between WordNet, dictionary, and thesaurus. A WordNet thus can be considered as a combination of a dictionary and a thesaurus, in the sense that, like a dictionary, it provides basic lexicographical information of words relating to its parts of speech and meaning. And like a thesaurus, it provides an interface of sense relations through which we can discern the semantic relations existing across words. However, it should be clearly understood that a WordNet is neither a dictionary nor a thesaurus, as it deviates at a high rate from these two lexical resources. It is not a dictionary because many other types of lexical information that are normally available in a dictionary are not available with a WordNet. It is different from a conventional dictionary in the sense that while a conventional dictionary provides all-round information of a lexical item used in a language, this lexical database stored in the WordNet provides mostly semantic and meaning-related information for general conceptualization, machine learning, and knowledge representation. It is a combination of a dictionary, a thesaurus, and much more. It provides information about a word from different perspectives, also gives the relationship between words. On the other hand, it superficially resembles a thesaurus because it interlinks not just word forms, a string of letters, but specific senses of words. The purpose is to semantically disambiguate words that are found in close proximity to one another in the network. Moreover, it labels the semantic relations among words, whereas in a thesaurus, the groupings of words do not follow any explicit pattern other than the similarity in meaning. To understand the concept, it is better to refer to some of the well-known definitions of WordNet as given in Princeton University WordNet for English. Lexical and semantic relations. A WordNet is a word sense network. A word sense node in this network is a synset, which is regarded as a basic object in the WordNet. Each synset in the WordNet is linked with other synsets through well-known lexical and semantic relational notations such as hypernymy, hyponymy, meronymy, troponymy, antonymy, entailment, etc. While the semantic relations are established between the senses, the lexical relations are marked between the words. These relations are to organize the lexical knowledge base of a language. There are 16 relations in a WordNet. Some of the major relations are as follows. Hypernym is a kind of relationship. Y is a hypernym of X if every X is a kind of Y. Canine is a hypernym of a dog. Hyponym is a kind of relationship. Y is a hypernym of X if every Y is a kind of X. Dog is a hypernym of a canine. Hypernymy is a semantic relationship between the two synsets to capture the supersethood of objects. Hyponymy is a semantic relation between the two synsets to capture the subject sethood of objects. Hyponymy relation is transitive and asymmetrical, and hypernymy is reverse to hyponymy. Meronymy and holonymy. Y is a meronym of X if Y is a part of X. Window is a meronym of building. Holonymy. Y is a holonym of X if X is a part of Y. Building is a holonym of window. Meronymy and holonymy, part-whole relationship, is a semantic relation between the two synsets. If the concepts A and B are related in such a manner that A is one of the constituents of B, then A is the meronym of B and B is the holonym of A. The meronymy relation is transitive and asymmetrical. Holonymy is the reverse to meronymy. It is used to construct a part of hierarchy. For instance, root is the part of a tree, so root is a meronym and tree is a holonym. Entailment. The verb Y is entailed by X if by doing X you must be doing Y. To sleep is entailed by to snore. If somebody is snoring, then definitely he is sleeping. Entailment refers to a relationship between two objects. Any verb A entails B if the truth of B follows logically from the truth of A. The relationship of entailment is unilateral, that is, it is a one-way relation. Troponym. The verb Y is a troponym to the verb X if the activity of Y is doing X in some manner or same. To lisp is a homonym is to talk. Troponym denotes elaboration of another verb in a specified manner. It shows the manner of an action. That is, X is a troponymy of Y if X is to Y in the same manner. For example, smile is a troponym of laugh. Antonym. Antonymy is a relation that holds between two words that in a given context express opposite meanings. It is a lexical relation as it holds between two words and not the entire synset. Example, light is an antonym of darkness, or fat is the antonym of slim. Coordinate term. Y is a coordinate term of X if X and Y share a hypernym. Wolf is a coordinate term of dog, and dog is a coordinate term of wolf, as both wolf and dog are hyponyms of canine. Gradation. Gradation is a lexical relation. It represents the intermediate concept between two opposite concepts. Derived form. The relation specifies the root form from which a particular word is derived. This relation can go from noun to adjective or vice versa, noun to verb and adjective to verb, and aims at to handle derivational morphology. This is a kind of lexical relationship. Causative. In it, there is a causative convention of forming causations by making a morphological change in the base verb. The causative links the causative verbs and the base verbs and shows interdependency between them. Now, the Indradhanush WordNet. The Indradhanush WordNet is a WordNet executed in a consortium mode through several academic institutions in India. The final deliverable is an integrated WordNet consisting of nearly 40,000 synsets for each of the several languages involved in the project, namely Bangla, Gujarati, Kashmiri, Konkani, Odia, Punjabi and Urdu, which are eventually linked up with Hindi and English WordNets. The development of this WordNet has opened avenues to the language users for carrying out the following tasks: search language-specific words, find out lexicosemantic relations like synonymy, hypernymy, meronymy, etc., extract cross-lingual translational lexical information, design natural language applications like lexical mapping, online lexical search and lexical teaching, automatic bilingual dictionary construction, machine translation from Indian languages to English, machine translation between Indian languages, information extraction amongst Indian languages, cross-lingual information retrieval across Indian languages. The Indradhanush WordNet is a system interface for bringing together different lexical and semantic relations between the words of 7 Indian languages. It organizes the lexical information in terms of word meanings and can be termed as a generalized lexicon based on psycholinguistic principles. The design of this WordNet is inspired from the famous English WordNet located at the Princeton University. The following description of the WordNet will follow along with the line of Hindi WordNet developed for the Indian Institute of Technology, Mumbai, India. The following diagram shows the interconnected relations or interface of 7 Indian languages included in the Indradhanush WordNet with that of the Hindi WordNet. In the Indradhanush WordNet, the words are grouped together according to their similarity of meanings. 2 words that can be interchanged in a context are considered as synonymous in that context. For each word, there is a synonym set known as synset in the WordNet representing one lexical concept. This is done to remove ambiguity in those cases where single word has multiple meanings. The synsets are the basic building blocks of the WordNet. The WordNet deals with the content words or open class category words only, including words from the following categories: noun, verb, adjective and adverb. Each entry in the WordNet consists of the following elements. Synset. A synset is the set of synonymous words. For example, the word like Vidyalaya, Pathshala, school represent the concept of a school as an educational institution. The words in the synset are primarily arranged according to their frequency of usage in the respective languages. Some examples from the concerned languages are as follows: Bangla, Manus, Bekti, Lok, Jon; Mohila, Nari, Stri, Ramoni; Surjo, Mihir, Topon, Dinkal, Dibakar; Pabon, Batas, Hawa, Bayu, Somir, Samiran for air. Gloss. It describes the concept. It consists of 2 parts: text definition and example sentence. Text definition. It explains the concept denoted by the synset. For example, वो स्थान जहाँ प्राथमिक या माध्यमिक स्तर की औपचारिक शिक्षा दी जाती है explains the concept of school as an educational institution. Example sentence. It gives the usage of the words in the sentence. Generally, the words in the synset are replaceable in the sentence. For example, इस विद्यालय में पहली से 5वीं तक की शिक्षा दी जाती है. Position in ontology. An ontology is a hierarchical organization of concepts, more specifically, a categorization of entities and actions. For each syntactic category, namely noun, verb, adjective and adverb, a separate ontological hierarchy is presented. Each synset is mapped into some place into the ontology. A synset may have multiple parents. The ontology for the synset representing the concept school is shown in the following diagram. Expansion approach. The Composite Consortium developed a number of tools, resources and facilities by which the WordNet is constructed through expansion approach. The entire scheme of work for the WordNet is principle as well as in practicality involved the following phases in a sequential order distributed across sister members of the WordNet Consortium. Synset creation. Creation of synsets for noun, verb, adjective and adverb and synset quality validation. Semantic relation. Defining semantic relations, validation of semantic relations amongst the synset and insertion of new relations of words of all lexical categories. Language specific synset. Creation of language and culture specific synsets and adding these synsets in the language specific lexical databases with full details according to the format of the existing synset. Fixing creation, placement and linking to language and culture specific synsets and relations. Corpus study. Finding use of synsets in text corpus, linking detailed study of corpora and coverage of lexical data in the news text corpus. Named entity. Linking proper name study corpus for named entity identifications, place names, person names, etc. and listing the names in the lexical databases. Validation of the synsets. Computational tools. Development of application interfaces or APIs. Navigation tools, tools for preliminary web browsing, etc. The APIs are to be created for all lexical categories along with the tools for WordNet navigation. Calculation of graph theoric properties of the WordNets, information content of the WordNets and so on. Once the systems are created for every language, these are entered into a central database and preserved in a uniform format as in given in table 1. The first column denotes the synset IDs which are maintained in a uniform manner across all the member languages. The second column defines the synset. The third and fourth columns are for English and Hindi equivalents respectively, which provide the pivot synsets to which the language specific synsets are linked. The next column is language specific as the case may be, Bangla, Gujarati, Kashmiri, Konkani, Odia, Punjabi and Urdu. For convenience of synset generation, a unique template has been generated and used across all member languages for multilingual synset development and linkage. Here is an example which gives the number of word, the category, the concept, the synonyms, the example and synset in English. The whole process is implemented using a centralized MySQL database and a Java GUI. The screenshots of GUI windows are shown in the following diagrams. The language and the task configuration windows are shown in figure 2 and figure 4 and the synset interface is figure 5. The tool accepts the data in Unicode only. Once the WordNet synsets are built, a lexical transfer engine provides the following facilities for various usages. Given a word in any language, get all the records in the specified template in the same language or in any other language, useful for a word search disambiguation mechanism. Given a word in any language and its parts of speech, get all the records in the specified template in the same language or any other languages. Given a word in any language with respect to a particular concept, get the most appropriate translation of that word in any other language. Given a word in any language, get the most portable translation of that word in any other language. The WordNet is a digital lexical resource. A WordNet user can search for a word and get its meaning from it not only in the mother tongue but also in other languages linked with it. In addition, it gives the grammatical category, namely noun, verb, adjective, adverb for the word being searched. A word may appear as a searched output in many more than one grammatical category, and in a grammatical category, a word can have multiple senses. These categories and all senses are reported for the word being searched. Apart from the grammatical category, for each sense, the following information for a word are also presented in the WordNet. Meaning of the word, example of the word usage, synonyms, words with similar meanings, parts of speech of the word, ontological details, hierarchical semantic representation, semantic and lexical relations. The present WordNet supports 4 grammatical categories, namely noun, verb, adjective and adverb. All words which depict the same sense or same meaning are grouped together to form a single entry in the WordNet. This forms a synonym set, namely a synset. Synsets are the basic building blocks of the WordNet. For each word, there is a synonym set or synset in the WordNet representing one lexical concept. This is done to remove ambiguity in cases where a single word has multiple meanings. Each entry in the WordNet follows the following 3 principles. Principle of minimality, the principle of coverage, the principle of replicability. In principle of minimality, only the minimal set that uniquely identifies the meaning is first used to create the synset. Principle of coverage, the synset should contain all the words denoting a particular meaning or concept. The words are listed in order of decreasing frequency of their occurrences in the corpus. Replicability or replaceability, words forming the synset should be mutually replicable or replaceable in specific context. Cross parts of speech linkage. The following relations are established between the synsets of different parts of speech. Linkages between nominal and verbal concepts. Ability to link. The link specifies the inherent features of a nominal concept. This is a semantic relation. Capability link. This link specifies the acquired features of a nominal concept. This is a semantic relation. Function link. This link specifies the function of a nominal concept. This is semantic relations. Linkage between nominal and adjectival concepts. Attribute. That denotes the properties of a noun. It is a linkage between a noun and adjective. This is a semantic relation. Modified noun. Certain adjectives can only modify certain nouns. Such adjectives and nouns are linked to in the WordNet by relations of modified noun. Linkage between adverbial and verbal categories. Modified verb. Certain adverbs can only go with certain verbs. Modified verbs is a relation to show the connection between such words. Language specific synsets. Although it has been rigorously argued that each and every natural language has its own sets of ideas and concepts which are based on the process of lexicalization that is very much active and operational in a language over centuries, the very concept of language specific synset does not reside beyond any question. Let us first understand clearly the concept before we argue to find out LSS for a language or the other. In principle, it is argued that the idea of LSS refers to a unique concept which is available only in a particular language or a variety and which has no conceptual match equivalence in other languages. In reality, it is very much possible that a particular language community, say community 1, has certain ideas, concepts and practices which are not observed in other language communities. In that case, at least we can argue that L1 has some unique concepts and the words that express these concepts are language specific. This is quite possible as we know that every speech community has certain items or practices which are its own assets and which may not be known or shared by others. Since finding out the LSS in a language is a challenging task and lengthy process, it is difficult to compile a list of words which, to my assumption, may be termed as unique synsets with a claim that they have no conceptual equivalence in other languages. However, it must be admitted that it is not beyond question that there is no match in other languages, since in principle a living language is open for continuous change or upgradation of linguistic knowledge and information retrieved from neighboring or other languages. Therefore, it is very much possible that the concepts which we like to consider to be specific to our language today may be shared by other languages tomorrow. As with the progress of time, linguistic communities are free to assimilate ideas and concepts of each other to enrich their knowledge and existence. So, what is to become claimed to be specific for a language or for any language for that matter may not remain the same over a few years. And as it happens that the very concept of LSS may need to be reconstructed with new insights and arguments. The ongoing process of concept generation within a language community and its percolation to other language groups is an age-old phenomenon, and it is more active in operation in the present global situation, where sharing of knowledge and information is an easy practice among the engaging social networking groups, where members come and join across all linguistic, geoclimatic and socio-cultural boundaries. It is therefore to be kept in mind that multiple stages of dynamic verification are absolutely necessary before an LSS is confidently identified as language specific or culture specific. The definition of LSS triggers some theoretical as well as conceptual complexities in understanding the idea, since the very concept of LSS is a deceptive one. The first question that may arise in this context is a theoretical one that warrants our attention to know if the phrase language specific is equal to culture specific and community specific. If these phrases are identical in denotation, then the following questions will be raised. Are monolingual concepts really monolingual? Can monolingual concepts remain monolingual in a pluricultural society? How monolingual concepts percolate across the languages to become multilingual? What kind of linguistic cognitive interface is involved to assimilate the monolingual concepts by others? An important part to the WordNet is language-specific synsets. A language-specific synset is a synset based on the concept which is available only in a particular language and which has no conceptual match in other languages. In LSS, we try to list those concepts which are very much found in particular language, culture, society, lifestyle, rituals, customs, religious ceremonies, etc. But it does not have a conceptual match in any other language, not even in the related and neighboring languages. For example, in Bangla, the term Kolabou is a banana tree which is regarded as Lord Ganesh's wife during the Durga Puja ritual. It is quite impossible to find a conceptual match to Kolabou in other languages than in Bangla, as Durga Puja is very much a part of the Bangla culture and language. However, it may be possible for people of other language communities to be aware of such a concept. To conclude, while developing a WordNet, several considerations have been kept in mind. The central concern of a WordNet is to express a concept unambiguously. To express concept with a set of words, we can follow all the options. Select dictionary words, transliterate source words, prepare a short phrase of coin a new word. Dictionary words may be included in the WordNet according to the frequency of use. Other options are typically needed for expanding from a culture to region-specific concept. However, these options should be used with discretion, respecting the native speaker's sensitivities. As for including newly coined words, it is felt that standardization may be a problem. Coining a new word should be avoided till the method of coining and the procedure of standardizations are decided. Some ways of standardization are proposed, but there is no consensus among the language groups. One possibility is to validate the words by keeping them on the web and asking for opinions. Regarding selection of specific culture and culture, language, region and culture specific words, the general policy adopted is to assign a specific ID range to such concepts. However, this needs synchronization among the lexicographers. It is to be decided that a certain range of IDs will be reserved for common concepts across languages. After that, ID ranges will be allotted for specific languages. Finally, it is emphasized again and again that lexicographers should never try to translate the words in the source language synset, but to understand the meaning of expressed by the synset and its attached gloss and example sentences, and then to put down the words in frequency order, the words used in the language. Thus, a WordNet characteristically becomes different from a general dictionary. Thank you.